Welcome to Spectacle on Television Nigeria. I am your host, Daniel Atai. From the presidential recommendation, the All Progressive Congress National Working Committee has been dissolved today, 25th June 2020, precisely an hour ago at the party's National Executive Meeting. The meeting, which is over, has constituted a caretaker committee with the Governor of Yobe State, Mai Malabuni, as the committee chairman. Other members include the Governor of Niger and Osun States, respectively. The National Executive Committee was said to have ratified all decisions taken in respect to Edo, Guba primaries, the withdrawal of all cases in court, the dissolution of each National Working Committee, and other matters. Welcome to Spectacle. I am Daniel Atai. We take a short break, and when we come back, my guest analyst in the studio will do justice to it. You can also participate in the program by calling the numbers that will be displayed on your screen after 15 minutes time of our analysis. And you could also connect to our Zoom handle, as the ID will be displayed for you to connect with us and make your contributions. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. With me in the studio is Comrade Obinna Okafor, a political analyst and the president of Taxpayers Association of Nigeria. Comrade Obinna, you're welcome to Spectacle.
Thank you for having me. Good afternoon, Nigeria.
All right. Before we go into the APC crisis as it worsens or perhaps being resolved, we'll take a quick background reportage from our quick news. And then we'll come back, you begin to do justice to what we are about to handle. We will take a background reportage for you to get the understanding of what transpired today at the presidential villa with this quick news. Please stay tuned.
This is quick news on Television Nigerian. Nigeria has recorded 649 new COVID-19 cases in the country as total infections from the virus rose to 22,020. This was confirmed on Wednesday night by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and CDC. According to the health agency, new cases were reported in 21 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. However, the number of deaths increased from 533 reported on Tuesday to 542. On the contrary, the number of discharged persons increased from 7,338 to 7,613. Leaders of the All Progressives Congress APC from across the country, including Governors, National Assembly leaders, as well as some national and state party executive members, are gathered at the State House for the party's National Executive Council NEC meeting. As at noon, the Executive Council chambers of the State House had been packed with attendees for the NEC, which was called by the factional acting national chairman of the party, Chief Victor Giadon. Buhari had on Wednesday indicated his plan to attend the meeting. Meanwhile, the All Progressives Congress APC has appointed the Governor of Yobe State, Mai Malabuni, as chairman caretaker extraordinary convention committee of the party. This followed the dissolution of the party's National Working Committee NWC of the National Executive Committee NEC of the party. NEC's decision followed the recommendation of President Muhammadu Buhari. Members of the Nigeria Governors Forum have agreed to interface with the federal and state ministries of health to address the concerns of resident doctors in the country. This formed part of the resolutions of the governors at their 11th COVID-19 teleconference held on Wednesday, where the governors promised to ensure the backlog of salaries owed to their aggrieved doctors was settled as applicable, with a promise to reintegrate residency training in state hospitals where they have been suspended. The governors also resolved to ensure that the ministries provide equipment and sustainable pathways to uphold the welfare of doctors in an effective and efficient manner. At least 2,200 statutory delegates of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) will vote in the party's governorship primary election for the Edo State governorship poll. The party announced this in a statement on Wednesday, a day before it conducts the exercise to select its governorship candidate for the September 19 election. It explained that the delegates for the primary included party members selected from all wards across the 18 local government areas of the state. 3 members of the Oyo State Executive Council have tested positive to COVID-19. Governor Seyi Makinde announced this in a tweet on Wednesday after the state government received confirmation tests for all members of the State Executive Council. The governor confirmed that 3 tests came back positive while 2 were inconclusive and would need to be retested. That was Quick News in Television Nigerian. Thanks for watching. Join us at 4 o'clock for World News. I am Susan Achin.
Welcome back. Like I said, we are discussing the dissolution of the National Working Committee of the All Progressive Congress today by their National Executive Committee meeting today held at the Presidential Villa, today being Thursday, the 25th of June 2020. And our comrade in the studio will be looking into some of the issues, and like we said, you can participate from wherever you are watching us from with the numbers displayed on your screen. You have about 10 minutes to begin to connect to us, and there is Zoom identification, and the PIN will also be displayed for you to connect with us on Zoom, and our studio analyst will connect you to give us your personal opinion and contribution as regards what transpired today. Mr. Victor, the President recommended that the whole National Working Committee of the All Progressive Congress be dissolved completely, and a new caretaker committee formed under the chairmanship of the Yobe State Governor. What does this portend for the All Progressive Congress in the nearest future?
Thank you very much. I think the truth of the matter is that there is all sort of political wrangling in the hierarchy of APC as a political party. And it is very important that Mr. President weighs into the matter, which is the result we got this afternoon. Dissolution of the NWC is supposed to be the right thing in order to quell all sorts of tension coming from all quarters. I am not a professor of political science, but it does not, I must not be a professor of political science to understand that politics is a game of number and as well as game of interest. What is playing out in APC as a political party is interest. And the truth of the matter is that it is coming at a very wrong time in our society, in our country, in a period where the citizens are finding life very difficult. APC is the leading political party. Don't forget that this political wrangling that they're having within themselves, they have failed to understand that they made a lot of promises to Nigerians sometime last year. Yes. And it's barely a year and into a new regime.
Yes. Second term.
Into the second term of the president, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who happens to be the #1 member of APC. Right. Mr. President made all sorts of promises to Nigerian people. He went right round 36 states of federation, including FCT, as well as all the governors of APC. They told Nigerians what they are bringing, and they said,
change.
No, they said this one is next level.
Okay, next level.
Yes.
Okay.
So they told us to expect next level. So when you were able to send that message to Nigerian people, we thought the problem of this country would have been contained in your next level program. All the promises made to Nigerians, none of them have been given proper attention to. There is no life in this country. The economy of this country is grounded. Everybody knows that. The insecurity is not well balanced. Everybody knows that. So what are we getting? What we are getting now is interest, clash of interest of who becomes the next president after President Muhammadu Buhari in 2023. I think it is high time for Nigerian people to understand that these people are very selfish. They are not part of this world. It is a clear case of man inhumanity to man. The citizens of this country today are being punished. We are now serving the sin of the elite in this country. They are not even part of what we are talking about. Don't forget, we have seen a lot of mistakes coming from political parties, especially the two major political parties. They are not leading by example. There is also internal political issues in PDP. They are still trying to see how they can incubate it.
Now, let me bring you back to, I know we'll go to talk about the two political parties and what they stand for and how they could manage Nigerians, especially as we gear towards 2023. Could you say that this tussle between Adams Oshomole's camp, where the acting chairman is different from Victor Giadom, which we initially thought today was backed by Mr. President, but the action of Mr. President has clearly shown that he is not backing either Giadom's camp or Adams Oshomole's camp. And with the tussle that is coming between from El-Rufai and what do you call his name, Amechi, Palin, fronting Victor Giadom, and the acclaimed news or story that we are hearing that Bola Tinubu, of course, they released a memo that the Mr. President should disregard this meeting, and that the members, the 22 members of the National Working Committee, wouldn't be attending today's NEC meeting before, or perhaps that the president was blackmailed for attending the meeting, and that was coming from the camp of the national leader of the All Progressive Congress, talking about Ahmed Bola Tinubu and Adams Oshomole. Do you see these tussles as a fight or a clash of the Titan towards 2023 presidency?
Thank you very much. Yes, it is. You've just said it the way it is. All these things, all these activities we are seeing, all these drum of war we are seeing from all quarters in APC, the camps we are seeing, government, the party dividing among itself is geared towards who gets what in 2023. And the truth of the matter is that these people have murdered their conscience. They are morally bankrupt to think about. They've taken Nigerian people for granted. It is very, very insensitive for anybody to think that the climate atmosphere of this country warrants that kind of arrangement. People should stomach this 2023 ambition. Enough of this. That is just one of the major things that is killing the system. And let me say this. We know they might have camp among themselves. They have interest across board. But the truth of the matter is that Mr. President have done the needful by stepping up as the commander-in-chief. Mr. President cannot continue to remain in limbo whenever there are issues of this nature. There is need for you to step up. So in this very particular action he has taken today is commendable. There is need for everybody to understand that the issue of 2023 should not dominate the political space. Nigerian people have not been given proper account for what these people claim that they will do for us. Look at today, this government, they pride themselves as anti-corruption government. I want to let you know that. They came based on a particular mantra of change, and people felt that the Messiah has come. Today, even the EFCC chairman is on a very hot seat. A lot is going on in the system. We need proper sanitization of the system. Nigerian people we need to distinguish between APC and PDP. And up till now, APC have refused to re-strategize to give Nigerian people quality leadership. Where is government? This government have not done what they are supposed to do. Today, all the governors are running left, right, and center. They are playing the politics and the politicking. Many of them have lost interest in their state, especially those of them that are doing second tenure. All their interest is only on 2023.
Geared towards 2023.
So the problem is we need to contain this matter.
Now let me ask
everybody need to be very careful.
All right. Let me ask you this question. The big weight in APC, who could you say that APC cannot do without as regard 2023? Let's even say they are gearing towards 2023. The factions that be, they are Damso Shomole faction with Bola Tinubu, and the faction of Victor Gardem and the Minister of Transportation and that of Air Rufai. If you look at these two factions, if the war continues, which of the factions, assuming this committee headed by the Yobe State governor, fail to unify them, how would these factions, what will matter without, how will APC matter without these factions in 2023? Which one do you think is capable to stabilizing the APC to victory?
Well, the truth of the matter is that if you weigh apple with apple, let me first of all say that the governor of Yobe, His Excellency, Mr. Boni, I know him when he was the National Secretary of APC. I think he's a gentleman par excellence. He is very calm and collected. If you know him in person, you will know that he's a perfect gentleman. Okay. So, as such, a lot is expected of him to do, especially now that the house is on fire. Coming back to your question, there is no doubt that Jagba, Senator Ahmed Tinubu, there's no doubt that he is a very big masquerade as far as APC is concerned. And by extension, Africa as a continent, he is a very strong man. He has very deep pocket. He has financial autonomy, and he has very strong structures across board. So the man understands the language of Nigerian political sphere. He knows what to do. And this is a man that has conquered Southwest. And the man has a very strong force when it comes to politics. At least when you take proper survey around the man, you will understand that he has groomed a lot of disciples. And he made them even, some of them very relevant. Above him. Yes, above him. So I think in politics, the character of a leader. Yes. In politics, you must give it to him that he is another political enigma that have done wonders. You know, students of political science will always read about him. Exactly. And his style of politics. Say, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. Yes. His friends are people that he has groomed to the top. Yes. Even above him. Yes, even above him. So he knows how to set a ladder in politics, and he allows people to climb, so long as you're a very good material. So that is one thing about the man.
But what do you think could be his problem? Why people are fighting or trying to create the faction because of his leadership as an APC national leader? I'm talking about Ahmed Bola Tinubu.
But the truth
with all these pedigrees, all this enigmatism and so on, what he has done and so on like this, what do you think could be the reason why some factions are coming out against him?
No, it is a tradition. It is not out of place. People must want to. If you are a big player, people must want to contend with you. It is natural.
Okay.
But let me say this: Senator Ahmed Tinubu should have this in his mind. In life, if you have economic power, you must be very, very careful, because it's very rare for one to have economic power and at the same time gain political power.
Okay.
Because this is exactly what consumed MKO Abiola.
Okay.
That is the truth. Now, the truth of the matter is that a lot of people, the elite, their problem is that they feel he has strong monopoly. You understand?
Yeah.
That if you allow this man to emerge as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the fear is that this man will monopolize this country just like the way he did Lagos.
Okay.
Up to this moment, as I'm seated here as the president of Taxpayers Association of Nigeria, I cannot fathom the reason why Ambode couldn't come back for second term. I cannot fathom. The only thing I read and the only thing I was told was that he was not a good party man. The man does not share money to all the party leaders in Lagos. And today, the same thing have played out in Edo. Okay. Nobody has said that Obaseki did not perform.
Okay.
You know what I mean? This is one destructive system of politics that I don't really entertain. I don't like that. I'm not a party person.
Yes.
Let the best candidate, let a good allow a qualitative candidate to deliver.
Exactly.
Power belongs to the people. Let the person render services to the people. Okay. People, it is left for the people to evaluate.
You're correct.
You understand? Yeah. It is left for us to evaluate what the person have done, because the person is serving the citizens, the taxpayers.
Exactly.
So the problem people see is that this man knows how to use power. That is Ahmed Tinubu. Yeah. So they see him to be a very powerful masquerade, a man that cannot be pocketed by anybody, because man has grown so big that he is even very. In fact, he's now a colossus as far as politics of Nigeria and Africa is concerned.
Okay, you are saying now that if the All Progressive Congress wants to survive beyond 2023, they should maintain Ahmed Bola Tinubu.
No, that is not what I said.
Okay.
That is not what I said. As far as I'm concerned, the man is a kingmaker. Okay. So if you are a kingmaker, you must not be the king yourself. Okay. You can be in the loop of activity. Yeah. The man is a very good engine. I must say that.
No, he is.
He is a very good engine. And he's a good distributor.
As a matter of fact, let me quickly read out some of those things he did in Lagos and the persons around him that we have seen. We will try to see how we get a link with him to talk to us on some national issues and party issues, because if we want to look at the All Progressive Congress, even before the merger, the merge between AD, ACN, and so on, and the party where Mr. President belonged before, to produce the president, and then produce about 24 governors, and then they went again to losing about 6 or 5 of the governors, and the crisis has again, erupted. So what should be done? If you look at when Ahmed Tinubu was actually the Lagos State governor, people like this George Olumoroti, you know him, Lai Mohammed was from Kwara. This George was from Ogun State. One of his chief of staff, Yemi Osibanjo, he was his attorney general, is from Ogun State, and today is the vice president. Lai Mohammed is the Minister of Information. Wale Edun, finance commissioner under him. Then Dele Aleke, commissioner for info from Ekiti. Ralph Aregbeshola, commissioner for work from Osun State, and the same Ralph Aregbeshola has become governor, and so on, senator, and now a minister. Now you have Akubu is a commissioner then for budget and planning. He's from Anambra State. He was a commissioner in Lagos under Bola Tinubu. Femi Lalane, SA from Oyo State, was a senior special advisor to him. Ato Wari, commissioner for land from Delta. He made that one from Delta. Honorable James Abiodun Faleket a third-term Federal House of Representative member representing Ikeja Federal Congress from Kogi State. He made that man. And so on. And so even the parties that he merged, to build, to come to this. If you look at these persons now, Baba Tunde Fashola, who is now a son, Tinubu, he was Tinubu's chief of staff, and today he's a minister for 8 years, and as a governor of Lagos State too. Now, governor for 8 years and today a minister for 8 years too. So when you look at the people that surround Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the definition of leadership will just be defined. The people he has made. So if that kind of person is in APC, is in the All Progressive Congress, so what is this tussle all about? Like I said, people should have antecedents. Why we usually get it wrong politically is that it seems that when you see performances and you see credibility, credentials, and antecedents, it threatens some people and they just get jealous. It is better to follow a leader who is actually leading you to somewhere than to follow a leader that does the usual and leading you to nowhere. How did President Muhammadu Buhari emerge? If APC wants to define their route, so do you support the crisis to continue and then this dichotomy between these factions to come to play because of 2023 power play game?
Thank you very much. I align with you that Senator Ahmed Tinubu is a kingmaker. I said it here, ab initio. But I want to also inform you, I would like you to understand that Lagos State, the man was able to bring in a lot of tax reform in his regime.
Okay.
He was able to modify the activities of taxation in Lagos. But I want to let you know, Lagos is not producing what it's supposed to produce.
Okay.
A lot
because you are the taxpayer association.
I am the president of Taxpayers Association of Nigeria. I was almost disappointed. I went berserk.
Okay.
Within this period of partial lockdown,
yes.
Are you aware that the markets, especially the trade fair, I mean what's it called? The mobile phone market in Lagos.
Okay.
Was under lock and key. An instruction given by the daughter of Ahmed Tinubu. And you know, the daughter of Senator Ahmed Tinubu controls virtually all the markets in Lagos. She handles the activities of market and all that. And when we got the information that she gave an instruction that the market should be under lock and key, when people are dying within this period of coronavirus, pandemic, when the activities of Lagos State is almost grounded, and we felt that is very satanic and evil. Yeah. Now, let me tell you.
That was his daughter, you said?
Yes, the daughter, yes.
Okay.
Senator Ahmed Tinubu, no doubt, is a branded Nigerian. I respect his intellect. He is a man that has robust idea and knowledge of Nigeria.
And please, audience, a minute, some seconds, please. Audience, you can join us now. Our Zoom ID have been displayed for you to connect with us if you have your opinion to make as we are live on air. As you're watching us too, the phone numbers are also displayed on the screen. Now you can reach us to contribute into the program and the topic on discussion.
Now, the truth of the matter is that we need leaders that will listen to the citizens.
Okay.
You cannot dictate everything that happens. Just like what we saw that happened in the last election in Lagos State.
Okay.
Where they suddenly concluded that Ambode is not coming back again. Ambode is not my person.
But Ambode went to the field.
No.
He went to the field. No. He went to the primaries.
Ambode, the kind of milestone, ambush that was laid around him, no person would have survived it. So it was a very strong one. So the man could not survive it.
Okay.
Now, that is one. No doubt, We want to state emphatically that Nigeria as a country, when you study how our presidents emerge, you will always see hand of God. Even though that at the end of the day, they fail to deliver based on the divine mandate.
Yes.
Because our President Muhammadu Buhari, as at 2014, told Nigerians that if he finally emerges as the president, that he will do every year he will do one refinery. That in 4 years he would have completed 4 refineries. And every very clear. Okay. And every year he assured Nigeria that every year he will generate 3 million jobs. And today we are not getting all those things. When they are from the back end, they say all sort of things. So today, this battle that we are getting, this dichotomy we are getting between the two factions,
in the
major factions in APC, most of them have been in leadership position. Some of them are still in the leadership position. Now the $1 million question is that when you were in power, what are those magic that you were able to do to bring better life for the entire city?
Those factional people now in the party.
Nigerians are still facing partial lockdown. Don't forget, interstate movement is still a very big impediment. People don't move as supposed. Even though government have not seen reason to free it, because Nigerians are moving somehow. But it's also, altering a lot of government programs, especially here in Abuja and Lagos. What I'm saying in essence is that we need to understand how passionate are our leaders. Don't forget, Ahmed Tinubu, his official donation during lockdown was 200 million naira.
Okay.
That was the money he was able to raise.
Okay.
It was official.
Okay.
He gave 200 million naira. 100 million naira, he said, is given to Lagos State government. 100 million naira comes to Abuja. This is a man. In 2019, we saw bullion van. He said it was his private lifestyle. After all, that is not in government. You understand what I mean? So all those rhetorics, when you look at them, it's funny. We were thinking that this man would have just come out to salvage the people of Lagos. Instead of giving them this 1 cup of rice and 1 cup of this and 1 sachet of tomato paste.
But don't you think
these people are still wallowing in poverty? I wouldn't know. But I'm talking of the one we saw that was in the media. It was just like it was in the media that
what I mean is that don't you
5 billion.
He has given them leaders that should do that.
No,
and he is not the governor as well.
No, he is not the governor. But don't forget that this is a man with very strong capacity.
Okay.
During the electionary period, this man, one local government in Lagos State, only him can confirm how much he spends to lubricate one local government in Lagos State. It takes him a lot. You see, when you hear politicians talk about structure, if you are a very strong politician in Africa, in Nigeria, you must attest what it takes you to lubricate your structure. It's so much money. Now, how many percentage of Nigerians are politicians in this part of the world? So many people are not even in the party politics. You understand what I mean? Yeah. So we are expecting that this man would have been a father to all Lagosians, and by extension, the Southwest. We are thinking that a lot of things would have rolled out from him. But it was, in a way, it's possible something. But in the media, I am not aware of that. But the very particular official donation he made was what I mentioned to you. Okay. Now. So more is expected. It's a clear pointer that most of our political leaders, does not represent the masses. Even the people that are in the other faction that wants to be president or that are angling to be president, what can you say that they have done? Especially now that the two people in this country are grounded.
Amechi and El-Rufai?
Yes, we need to know. El-Rufai, we need to know those things that he has been able to do to pacify people of Kaduna State, especially now that most families cannot even eat
in Kaduna State.
In Kaduna State. So even the Amechi wrote to me, Amechi, how much, you see, some of our politicians within this season of lockdown or partial lockdown, many of them are here in Abuja. They need to go home when they claim they have structure. If you say you are for the people, go and stay with the people, eat and share with the people. Many of them are hungry and they are here overheating the polity with their voting ambition.
Now, can I ask you this question?
Go ahead, please.
Let's say the whole tussle is about 2023.
It is.
How would you see 2023 for APC?
It
Or
will,
against?
it will be damaging. It will be damaging on the political party because as it is, there is a signal that the center might not hold. You see, some politicians have very tall ego, and some of them in APC are like that. When they decide to take some drastic measures, if they say we will fall out with this group, they don't. You see, in life, there are two kinds of human beings. The one that goes to jail and rush away, and the one that takes the bull by the horn. Some people fight to finish. So as it is very important that APC play within the rule. And what is very important is for them to understand that the people of Nigeria are watching them. What they promised in 2015, we are not saying them.
No,
we are thinking,
I'm
coming. As a political party,
yes,
we need their unity. Because when they start to fight, the economy will suffer more.
But you know this fight will continue.
But this fight will continue. And what will happen is that
if my Malabuni, the governor of
Yobe State,
is not capable of unifying their interests, Mr. President have done the right thing today. But what will happen if this fight continues? How do you see the APC taking over or continuing on power in 2023? Say without Bola Ahmed Tinubu, say without Amechi and these people. Do you think they can survive?
Let me say this: the party will face serious disintegration. It will disintegrate. It is very, very clear because some of them cannot be able to manage the decision of the governor of Yobe State and vis-a-vis the position of Mr. President. Okay. In the media have started, predicting that Mr. President have taken side. But today, what Mr. President did was to collapse the entire structure.
Okay.
Now,
and form a neutral
body that will look into that. I know that the governor of Yobe State, as the former national secretary of APC, he's a gentleman. But the kind of political model that the world is nurturing also requires some people that are a little bit rugged. This governor that is chairing this thing is a very gentleman. Okay. You understand? And in APC, you have the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay. So all sorts of people are there.
In every party.
Yes, we'll have the mafias. So at the end of the day, it depends on the position of the party and the interest. But I foresee that if Kia is not taken, if the party refuses to go back to drawing board to reconcile in and out, it would end up splitting the party into so many groups.
And when you say drawing board,
yes,
there is this rumor that formed, that was made in alliance with the presidency, the APC, before the merger that produced President Muhammadu Buhari, and that is for power to return to the Southwest. So do you think that if that gentleman agreement is not met, from what we are seeing now, do you see APC surviving, or you are seeing another party springing out of APC?
I think the late Martin Luther Jr. said that it is very dishonorable or disastrous for anybody to go contrary to the act of his or her conscience.
Yes.
As I'm seated here, I will not lie. In fact, I will not, lie to go contrary to the act of my conscience. I am from Igbo extraction.
Yes.
And for me, I strongly believe that power ought to go to the southeast.
Okay, southeast.
Southeast, not even southwest.
And not
I
even
think
south.
If there is any promise made to the southwest, I think it is another blunder. It's even another blunder.
But
so for me, I am not a political party person.
Yeah, your southeastern
I have
people.
my friends in APC.
Your southeastern
I have my
people.
friends in PDP.
Yes.
I have my friends in so many political. Some of my friends are chairmen of political parties.
Okay.
But I must tell you my position in this one. Power ought to go down to the southeast.
Okay.
That is the truth. If we believe in equity, we need to get it right. Don't forget, President Muhammadu Buhari, as the father of APC, need to ensure that APC does not make the mistake of PDP in 2015, where they felt that power need to continue to remain in a particular place. People of this country, in fact, it was in 2015, as far as I'm concerned, that this country witnessed political tsunami. 2015, even I know some of my friends that are senators, some of my friends that are House of Rep members, some of them can confirm to me in confidence that they had next to nothing just because they did poster their election poster joining the post the picture of President Muhammadu Buhari.
Okay.
It became a gateway for them to win election.
Okay.
So people won across board because Nigerian people felt that General Muhammadu Buhari retired is coming as a messiah to salvage this country, to take us to paradise.
Exactly.
So people reposition.
I think he's doing it.
No, we are not getting it yet. We are not getting it.
But we are getting
and that is more reason why we don't need all this side attraction.
Okay.
Mr. President need to concentrate because he need to write history.
Exactly.
So that at the end of the day, when he leaves office in 2023, people of this country will say, yes, this man came, he saw, and he conquered.
Okay. All right. There is this laughable one that you said that you want power to go to the southeast. It's not laughable, it's per se, is your opinion. And when you talk about southeastern people, how majority or many are they in the APC? And even if it is the PDP, do you see the PDP ceding power to them? Because I know that PDP don't have right now this kind of internal wrangling at the moment.
Yeah, the truth of the matter is that in fairness, I must tell you without fear or contradiction that majority of the APC arrowheads from Southeast extraction need to step up action.
Exactly.
They need to step up because
agitation.
They have not done much. They have not done much. So I must admit that.
Okay.
And it is very incumbent on them to do the needful.
Welcome to Spectacle on Television Nigeria. I am your host, Daniel Atai.